to build this Sports Dynasty podcast to as big as it possibly can be. But there's somebody who has built other dynasties in the early 2000s that we're going to miss very much. Kobe Bryant has led the Lakers to 5 championships in 10 years, from 2000 to 2010. And unfortunately, his demise happened on Sunday, where he passed away along with 7 others, including his daughter. This part of the episode will be tribute to him and what he's meant to us, not only as people but as sports fans. This is the Sports Dynasty podcast, but this guy is anyway, let's just get started, man. Let's just get started. Honestly, it's happened 2 days. It's literally been 48 hours since the tragedy, and it still bothers me right now. It's like I still can't believe it. It's kind of like,
yeah, it's not real.
It's not. It doesn't feel that way. To believe it's real. You're on YouTube, and ESPN and NBA TV is putting on the clips of his final game against the Jazz, and his speech from his Mamba Out speech, which hits a lot differently now
because he's actually out.
Because he's really out. Is like shit. Wow. But I really don't know what to say. First of all, most importantly, we want to wish the families of the victims in that terrible crash. Vanessa Bryant, his wife, and his other 3 children who lost their father and their daughter and their sister. It's still horrible. I would have wished that on nobody. And for the other victims as well.
The other 7.
The other 7 people that died as well.
They were all teammates and parents of the teammates of Kobe's daughter. They were all going to practice.
Just really sad. Just to we're gonna try to not make this too much of a somber mood. Try to make it positive somewhat, but right now it's like I still don't think it's real. Don't think it's real at all. But I remember growing up as a Celtics fan. Obviously, when I was in high school, growing up as a Celtics fan, I was like, listen, I respected Kobe as a competitor because he was so good. But obviously, as a Celtics fan, you hated him because it's like, yo, he's so good. How many times that he's killed other people's teams, dropping 40 in the Boston Garden, and dropping 61 in Madison Square Garden. Like, any team who wasn't a Lakers fan, you respected him as a player, but you was like, God damn it, Kobe, you fucking killed our team again. like 2010, the finals of 2010, to this day, I refuse to watch Game 7 of that finals. I refuse to watch it. I haven't watched it since 2010. Because it still bothers me to this day how much he's able to take control of that game
through the foul line.
Yeah, how you're able to take control of it, and how there's nothing we can do to stop it whatsoever. Well, that was pretty much like, even though as a competitor, I was like, yo, listen, I can't stand him, but I respect him, his work ethic, how he was able to command the respect of his peers, not only on his team, but from coaches and players from different teams, and even the referees. The respect he got from the officials, it's crazy. It's amazing that we'll never be duplicated ever again. So, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, what about you? Like, how you feeling?
It's hard for me to talk about him for a long time without bursting a tear. So I try not to. Maybe I will last this time, because every time I try to talk about him, by about 2 or 3 minutes in, I feel the waterworks coming. So look. We lost an icon, we lost a legend 2 days ago, and that hit not just nationally, it actually hit internationally. Kobe was a big figure outside the United States also. So we lost someone that's that powerful, and I hope he's looking down and he sees the type of impact that he left. The entire world, still to this day, 2 days later, is still mourning him and his child. I hope he sees how beloved he is.
He is.
I just hope he sees now. I just hope he's in peace. So he's good. So he's up there in heaven. He's up with his kid up there. So he's good. I just hope he sees how beloved he is. And that's the type of impact that everyone should want when it's their time. To be beloved. Maybe not internationally, but just to feel this.
Kobe was loved internationally from each sport. Where it came from: basketball, baseball, football, soccer, tennis. Like literally in every aspect whatsoever. Anywhere you went. You go in China. China besides Yao Ming, Kobe Bryant is the biggest star in China.
Yeah, that's actually true.
And
Right.
and they love him
do
over
love
there.
Kobe over there.
In Italy, I was reading articles saying that Italy is literally going to mourn the entire week because they literally lost that's one of theirs, one of their people.
Yes, technically he is.
Technically,
This guy didn't know that.
Yeah, he was basically he spent most of his childhood in Italy, so yeah, that's one of theirs. So it hurt them really hard too. The city of LA, obviously, to see how many people was in front of the Staples Center on Sunday, but they had
regular people, celebrities,
like
the players, they're all there.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's like it got really hard to watch. It was to the point where I had to get on social media for a little while on Sunday because like it was too much, like flooding. Everything was flooding. Like it was too hard to watch, and then to see grown adults, even people who wasn't, it was tough to see the players in the games have to play, knowing because most of them found out while they're in the court. While they're playing, most of them found out when they were playing or they were ready to play.
Larry Nance Jr. He had to go to the locker room and keep his composure.
Yeah, it was.
That was his teammate. That when I don't remember if he was drafted or not, but I'm pretty sure he was. But when he was drafted up, that was his teammate. He played with Kobe in the Lakers. So he's in Cleveland now. He broke down. He had to go to the locker room and chill for a sec.
A lot of players talking about that they learned their game. Now, granted, a lot of us wasn't around to see Michael Jordan in his heyday. Because me and Juan was probably younger to see him end. But we basically grew up watching Kobe Bryant blossom into the player he is today. So for us, for our generation, he's our Jordan for our generation.
He is.
And he's literally influenced a whole generation of players in the NBA today. Like, literally, almost like DeMar DeRozan said in one of the press conference he had against the Spurs and the Raptors, how he was like, he's like literally, he got his entire game from him. Which I believe you can see a little bit of Kobe's game in a lot of these players. Someone who's like that never say never mentality. Like Trae Young as well. You see Trae Young as well. Trae Young.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Kyrie Irving. You can't say anything out loud.
Nah, even though I usually bash Kyrie Irving but I understand that. Listen, he lost literally his mentor. That's literally was his main mentor.
It was.
So
Kyrie.
He said he couldn't play on Sunday.
Yeah.
He couldn't play, which normally I would shit on him, but I give him a pass because I can't shit on him for that. That's like
you could see some of Kobe in him when he plays, especially when he was in Cleveland with LeBron. You saw with the closer, just like Kobe closing, Kyrie did the same thing. Kyrie 100% looked up to Kobe. You can see that in this game. You see that in him. So yeah,
like literally, like even to the players back in the day that he played with, how like Tracy McGrady, literally they grew up in the same era together. If Tracy McGrady doesn't get hurt, who knows? He's probably he's still a great NBA player. He's a Hall of Famer, but had he had the injuries, he would have been like him and Kobe would have been like neck and neck for one of the best of our era and everything. Tim Duncan, and then those Spurs teams, those Spurs Lakers rivalries in the early 2000s, those series were so smash mouth. It's like wow, I was like damn.
He played damn near anyone you can think of in their prime too.
It wasn't afraid of him neither. It was like it's. A lot of people don't like the Spurs as far as how they feel like they're a boring team to play, but those smash mouth teams back in the day with them, the Mavericks, the Suns, the Lakers, the Kings, like that Western Conference. You think the Western Conference now was Wild West? Then they were literally trying to kill each other, like trying to make it out of the West. It was either the Spurs or the Lakers making it out of the West for the last 10 years.
Yeah, we still got to deal with Phoenix and Denver.
And Dallas.
But
mostly, it was one of those two was coming out of the West.
Yeah, it was. They owned the 2000s.
Yeah.
No question
so, it's just sad. It's sad because it's like, LeBron James obviously is a once-in-a-generation player. But even then, it's like, he's holding the mantle now. Going into the next generation. His time is almost up with his career over too. But, the NBA is literally evolving as we go along.
He's a different player anyway.
But
not many people want to be like LeBron because you can't be like LeBron. Not to say you could be like Kobe, but Kobe's way of playing, like Colin said it, which I loved, it's artistic. It makes you want to play like that. You don't watch LeBron play and you want to be like LeBron as the way he plays. You want his success, but you don't want his play style. but you want to be like Kobe's play style, be able to shoot over, be clutch, go ahead and finish on the rim in the grace that he used to finish. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a Mack truck like LeBron was. You know what I'm saying? So
I think,
like Colin said, Kobe was more relatable, and I agree with him. And that was very, very good analysis of his game.
it sucks because even life after basketball, Kobe basically was literally like
He was winning.
He was winning. Like,
He was winning.
Won an Oscar for his Dear Basketball documentary he did, video he did. He was helping his daughter, molding his daughter to be the next female Kobe, and she was really good.
She was good. She wanted to be like him.
And she wanted to be like him. Like you could see the drive, his drive in her, and the fact that he was able. Because the thing is that a lot of, I'm gonna say it I'm gonna say it, in the black community, Spanish community, a lot of times there isn't a father involved in the household. It's not a father involved in the household. So me personally, when I see a father of color, a person of color who's a father, and who's in their children's lives to make them better people, make them better. I think it's amazing. I love it. I love seeing things like that.
And he wasn't even doing that with just his children, which is the most beautiful part of it too.
He was literally coaching other young girls, and the way that he invested himself, he invested into women's basketball because he wanted to make it his daughter easy for his daughter to transition and say, all right, fine. The WNBA isn't marketed properly, so that's why they always lose money every year. But if they market properly, they can succeed in this league.
You know what sucks?
Yeah,
is that if none of this would have happened, he might have been able to do it.
I agree 100%. And it's like, you're molding.
I already feel the waterworks. Oh damn, I can't last much longer.
He's molding young girls to be the next female stars of tomorrow, and which they need because because let's be honest, a lot of times they don't take it seriously. So it's like
And you know what? Maybe in death he still might get this done.
Yeah,
he still might get this done. Him and his daughter together up in heaven, they might get this done. So it ain't over for that yet. He still might be able to blow up the WNBA through them. But there's one thing I want to discuss before we move on, because again I can't last much longer. My eyes are already hot. All right. I saw a post talking about the logo of the NBA, and they said they want to change it to Kobe. And I don't hate that at all. I'm actually 100% fine with that. But
I don't hate it at all either.
this poses the question, and I've been asking this question for the last 12 years that I've been watching this league. Why is Jerry West the logo to begin with? If y'all don't know who that is an ancient history Laker who played with Gail Goodrich, another white sharpshooter, and Wilt Chamberlain when they won a championship in 1971, I think it was. He lost 1,001 freaking finals to Bill Russell and them. That he was in those teams with Elgin Baylor. But he is the current logo, since then, the logo of the NBA. I don't understand why, when there has been more influential, better, and other players who did more for the game than he ever did, and they never changed it. And we already talked about race. He is a white man on a predominantly African American sport. Why is a white man the logo of a predominantly African American sport? And I'm not talking ish. This is a real question. So if anybody knows the answer, please tell me. I would love to be enlightened and learn something. Because I've been asked this question for like over 10 years. And I don't know why. At least Jordan should have took it over. I personally think maybe they should have did it after Julius Erving. Dr. J probably should have been the logo. It made more sense to me than him. But again, maybe there's something he did or whatever that I don't know about that as to why he took the logo back in the 70s, whatever it's been. But why is he at this point of the NBA at 2020? Why is he the logo? Why isn't it taken over by Jordan or Kobe or Dr. J or Magic? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand the question. I don't know the answer to the question either, so I don't know. But I mean, Jerry West has contributed a lot to the NBA.
Yeah, he's still in it to this day. He's
still there to this day.
He's still I don't know if he's the president, but he's definitely in the front office for the Clippers right now. I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Every team that he has taken over and consulted with, they have improved drastically.
Including
the Lakers, the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors were.
He's one of the biggest reasons.
He's one of the biggest reasons why that happened. Yeah. He's one of the reasons why that happened. Mm-hmm. He brought Kobe Bryant to the Lakers. He brought him to the Lakers when he was there. So, he even said that he wouldn't be opposed to Kobe bringing the logo. He said he'd be all for it, but like, why not? But one thing that I think the NBA was robbed, most importantly, not even this is before his death. I think the NBA was robbed of a Kobe LeBron final. They were robbed of a Kobe LeBron final. The stars weren't aligned properly, but I think
Tell that to Cleveland, that bomb ass organization. Give LeBron help, but then he would have went to the finals.
I think even when he was in Miami, it just
the Lakers already fell apart at that point.
But I understand it, yeah, true. But it's like, I think
if Stern didn't take away Chris Paul, then maybe they would have been in LeBron and Kobe finals. I'm just saying, but
there's certain matchups. I think you have Kobe and LeBron Kobe LeBron finals. That's instant classic. If it goes 7 games, as we talking about, that's probably the best finals of all time.
I don't even know who win between like the Heatles and Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant Lakers.
Yeah, but like I said,
I don't even know.
You know what I'm saying? But I think
we gotta go to 2K for that. Like, come on, bro.
I think that's what we wish would have happened, but it never happened. Now, just obviously certain things don't happen, but I think that would have literally changed. You see, NBA is in popularity. It's increased over the years, especially in the last 10 years. There are players league. I think a lot of fans like the fact that they're a players league because they can relate to them and say, all right, cool, you care about us because we help you make money and stuff like that.
Especially Adam Silver. Since he took over, 100% was like that.
Yeah. But I think that they could have reached even bigger heights with having the finals together.
It is what it is. All right, so this will be enough for that. Kobe, man, we love you. We'll miss you forever. Thanks for everything that you contributed. You contributed more than anyone even could imagine.
Yep.
You and your baby girl. God bless. Well, you're next to God right now, so yeah. We love you. We'll miss you, man.
Rest in paradise, mama.
Please.
Okay.
Please. All right. Let's talk about some WWE before we go. We will have the Super Bowl episode. We'll probably do it today. So we'll have the Super Bowl episode probably by Thursday. Just for a side note. So let's talk about WWE because unfortunately the same day that this tragedy happened, there was a pretty damn good pay-per-view that happened on Sunday night.
It sucked. I think it sucked because I tried to watch it like with the best judgment. Like, all right, fine, I'm gonna try to focus on everything. Overall, it was a very good pay-per-view.
It actually helped me.
It was really good pay-per-view
because helped me. I actually didn't forget, but it kind of put the tragedy aside for a little bit.
I think if this Royal Rumble was bad, I'd probably be like, this fucking sucks.
I would have stopped watching if it was bad.
But for the most part, it was pretty good. So
even though I'm trying to think hard from the matches, I'm pretty sure the only match I really care about was the men's Royal Rumble. I'm trying to think. The Bray Wyatt match wasn't that bad. It dragged to me. The Oscar match I didn't care about because I was new. I'm sick of Becky Lynch. That's why. What was the other match?
The first match was Roman Reigns versus
I didn't watch it. I didn't get home.
I watched it. It was okay for what it's worth. They brought it back a little old school, going into the crowd, fighting in the crowd, and then at a certain point there was next to the dugout, the Houston actual dugout, and they ripped open the tarp and they climbed on top of the dugout. And it said World Series Championship 2017, and I'm like,
asterisk.
And then I'm looking at it like, too soon, too soon. But nah, it was bad. But that match was okay for what it was worth.
I figure as much.
The Usos came in and with the save after Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler was kicking his ass. Crap.
It's the same Baron Corbin and stuff we've seen since Raw.
Other than that, so he hit it with a spear on top of the dugout. 1, 2, 3, and Roman Reigns won the match.
Who cares?
The match was like so long, like 25 minutes.
I'm saying it drags. I don't care.
Too much.
I'm done with this match. Next, what was
the next match was the Women's Royal Rumble. I'm gonna lie to you. The second match was the Women's Royal Rumble. The second match.
I'm trying to remember everything that has nothing to do with Charlotte and Shayna.
I like how Alexa Bliss.
Bianca Belair was okay.
First of all, they did a really good job, pushing Bianca Belair in this this match. She had 8 eliminations. She tied it with
tied
with Shayna Baszler. But had 8. But we get to Shayna Baszler in a second.
Wait, Shayna got it this Rumble or the last one?
No, they both got 8 this year. They both broke.
I miscounted. She had 7.
She had 8.
I miscounted. All right.
She had 8. So, first of all, they did a really good job pushing the NXT women's in this Royal Rumble.
Like half of them were
half of them were in the Royal Rumble. Great showings, by the way, honestly speaking.
And why Naomi took 50 years to get back in the ring?
I'm going to tell you about Naomi in a second. I think that after a while, you get tired of the same old Royal Rumble saves, like the Royal Rumble style. Oh, I got eliminated. Oh no, I stopped myself. At a certain point, like, okay, that's enough. Like it's enough. Like
yeah, when you know she's gonna eliminate anyway.
And it took you so long to realize that you're gonna bridge the part of the table.
My brother said that instantly. The minute it happened, like just put the bridge on the table thing and go.
But it took like 15 minutes to realize
that's
that.
What I'm saying. Like,
and then my thing is that it's so thin, and Naomi is a beautiful woman, by the way, very beautiful woman, and she's.
I said the same thing. I'm like, she gotta be at least 150 because she's muscular. She's muscular,
and she got the cake too.
She does.
And I'm like, yo, how the hell she gonna walk through this skinny ass thing?
Held though.
I don't know how, but she took her time. It was broke, and she would got eliminated, and that'd been horrible. But I didn't know about that. I didn't know it was just crazy. I liked. How am I say? Charlotte Flair obviously won the Royal Rumble match.
I did not like at all.
Which, honestly speaking, and if you listen to the podcast for the Square Circle podcast, I did say
we all said that she was gonna win.
That Charlotte was gonna win, but I wanted Shayna Baszler to win. But now I get why. I understand why they did
please
that.
enlighten me because I have no idea.
I understand because you didn't really need Shayna Baszler to win the Royal Rumble to get to WrestleMania. You really didn't need to.
The same thing happens with Charlotte, right? She needs to do at this point. She could do whatever the hell she wants.
The only way this makes sense, the only way, and this is my opinion, the only way Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble makes sense if she goes after the NXT Championship. Now I'll tell you why. You're probably wondering what.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Because the NXT Championship, it's technically a main roster title now. The NXT brand is technically still it is.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that's not happening. There is no way in blue hell that Vince McMahon is going to let his baby girl, his best performer, go there. And let the rest of the show suffer? Oh, no.
No. I'm talking about actually having
impossible.
Having the NXT Championship, Women's Championship on WrestleMania. Why not? Y'all already have it.
What happens after WrestleMania?
After WrestleMania, listen. Do I think she wins? No, I don't think she's gonna win.
So what the hell's the point of going around?
I think they're gonna use Charlotte to build Rhea Ripley to superstar status, which would make sense.
I would believe you, and I will be all for that if Vince McMahon wasn't the one calling the shots. You think Vince McMahon is gonna think of that? No. Triple H would, but Triple H ain't got much to do with Raw and SmackDown now, does he? No. Nope. So that's not happening. I actually like that booking. That's some pretty decent booking, and that match will be lit.
Yeah,
but
Beth Phoenix came back in the Royal Rumble. She was pretty good, pretty dominant in this match. She
foreshadowing.
But the one problem with her was she got hit on her head on the ape.
I thought I was bugging.
And her head.
I saw red. I'm like
bloody, like literally bloody.
Like either she got cut open or she dyed the top of her head red and only the top of her head. Which sounds stupid.
She really busted her head open. It was bad, but she was a trooper. She let her thing. She did what she got to do.
She's badass.
But Shayna Baszler, as much as she's only been in the match for like 5 minutes, but she eliminated 8 people, right? Like quick. Her and Charlotte up together. I was like, oh wow, here we go. Like I really wanted Shayna Baszler to win this match, but like before I said before, you didn't really need either one of these people. Didn't need to win this match to get to WrestleMania. It didn't make any sense though. I personally would have had. But if you remember in the beginning of the match, there was like, oh, that no one in the women's Royal Rumble has gone from one to wire. So no, I'm thinking, oh, one of these people is gonna go really far. But when Bianca Belair got out and like half through the match, I'm like, okay, this is over. But she lasted like 33 minutes in that match, so it's like cool. But we'll see. I will see what they'll do with it, but I personally think that Charlotte didn't need to win this match. And one more thing, why the fuck did you put Santina Marella in this motherfucking match? Why?
Just for comedy's sake, who cares? Because that's all he's good for.
What was the point?
I've always hated Santino Marella. But anyway,
he's a bitch. Like, whatever.
Let's continue on.
No pun intended.
To me, we think we're getting the same old shit. She gonna wind up finding Becky and chicken for the 50th time this millennium.
Whatever.
Anyway,
the next match was Bayley versus Lacey
Evans. Who cares? Next.
Bayley won this match.
We're wasting time next.
Yes. The Fiend defeated Daniel Bryan. Me personally, I hated this match.
It wasn't shit, yeah.
I didn't like the match either.
Next.
Becky defeated Asuka by submission, making her tap out. She finally beat Becky Lynch.
I'm so sick of Becky Lynch. You don't understand. She needs to lose that title ASAP.
I don't know why they didn't give it to Asuka. I don't know why they didn't give it to Asuka. I thought they'll.
You know why? She's Japanese. You think they like Asians? No. How many times I said that? It's the truth.
Listen, Asuka. I think Asuka and Charlotte at WrestleMania, the rematch would make more sense. At least use that Rocket Redemption from 2 years ago. Get the title back. But
again, Vince McMahon.
And then number 8, the final match of the card was
Rumble.
the Royal Rumble. Was the Royal Rumble match? Brock Lesnar was number 1.
Oh, Brock Lesnar.
And literally for like half the match, literally, it was gauntlet style elimination.
It's like if you were playing like 2K or like the old wrestling games, and you came out number 1, and you just did everybody by yourself.
A lot of people hated it.
I loved it,
but I loved every single minute of it.
It was funny as shit.
It was funny as hell. When Elias came in, first of all, I hate Elias. Elias sucks.
You like Elias? I like Elias in the mic. In the ring, he sucks. He's brawling for nothing. Like, he doesn't do anything.
So then they would say, "Oh, Elias, he literally Elias." There comes Eric Rowan, big ass Eric Rowan.
He chased Elias around the fucking ring. That was funny.
They came big ass Eric Rowan. I'm like, okay, Eric Rowan had this big ass bag. What the fuck is in his bag? I knew he was gonna get dropped out. I'm like, what was in his bag? Like, I'm thinking, oh, he about to give him trouble. 5 seconds, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Robert Roode whooped his ass. John Roberts whooped his ass. Kobe Kingston, who, not gonna lie, Kobe Kingston looked like a cold scrub in this match. He was a scrub.
He looked better than he did in the title match.
That's true indeed. Normally, we got one of them stupid Royal Rumble saved by Kobe Kingston. But no.
Brock Lesnar's too powerful for that.
No. Kobe Kingston was like, yeah, he was over. Rey Mysterio got eliminated by him too. Big E, Cesaro.
I was mad too. I'm like, Ray, where's the pipe at? They bring up pipe and beat his ass again.
Shelton Benjamin, because
that was funny.
That was funny though. That was hilarious. Nakamura, MVP, and then Keith Lee came. I'm like, ooh, Keith Lee, Brock Lesnar, ooh, that's something we haven't seen before.
That he actually lasted.
He actually lasted a little while until no avail. Bye Keith Lee. And then
Braun Strowman.
Bitch Strowman
was the reason why that happened. Yeah.
Braun Strowman is terrible. It's no.
I loved Braun Strowman when he was heel, like actual heel, not that shield heel. Talk about heel when he had people like Roman Reigns. When we try to kill him and no one seems to remember that happened. That Braun Strowman, I love.
It was terrible. And then came Ricochet. There was rumors saying on Ricochet and Brock Lesnar, they wanted to go at it, but I'm like,
I don't know. He flung his ass.
Kill him. And then came Drew McIntyre. McIntyre came in and eliminated Brock Lesnar, and everyone was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, the minute I seen that, I'm like, "Oh,
yep, that's it.
That's the WrestleMania match."
So I already knew from there. I'm like, "Listen, Drew McIntyre,"
and I like it. I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it too. I love it. I love it a lot. I think it's great. The Miz was a waste. Why the Miz here?
I forgot he was in it, man.
Like 30 seconds, fucking waste. AJ Styles came in, lasted for a little while. Dolph Ziggler came in. Carl Anderson. And then, number 21.
Just stole the show.
Who stole the show and looks great. Edge came back.
You think you
First of all,
I flipped out when I seen that.
In my house, me and my brother flipped the fuck out in the house. And my girlfriend was like, "Why are you yelling for us? Who the fuck is Edge?" She said, "What kind of name is Edge?" I'm like, "Shh." I'm like, "Shh."
How the hell she don't know who that? Even people who don't watch wrestling know who Edge is.
No, she don't watch no type of wrestling whatsoever. I was like, "Shh."
You think you know me?
So we went crazy. It was great because
that dude is ripped, bro.
He was great, bro. Even though he's fucking old as hell.
You see it in his face.
Like, he's so old. I'm like, damn.
Nah, he pulls off the gray though. The gray in his beard made him look badass.
It did.
Oh my god, Edge.
So then Edge came in and eliminated AJ Styles, which is pretty cool because AJ Styles, like I said, he's just chilling.
He is chilling. He got his cash.
He's chilling. He ain't doing that no more. And then bum ass King Corey came out. Boo! King Corey came out and it's like, he was only there for like a minute, so whatever. Yeah. Then Matt Riddle came out. Matt Riddle for NXT, who allegedly had an altercation with Brock Lesnar before the match started, which is pretty funny because Brock Lesnar's trying to punk him, and Matt
Riddle's not a punk.
He's not a punk.
He'll fight right back.
So we'll see about that.
How you trying to punk out somebody who has almost as much fighting experience as you?
And then they came bum ass Luke Gallows came out. Ooh, Luke Gallows.
Right, without AJ Styles and probably Carl Anderson too. I'm like,
yeah. They almost got eliminated at that time.
So then why?
It was pointless. Luke Gallows should have came out a little earlier. I don't know. It's so random. These things are so random. How do you?
It was.
Then Randy Orton came out number 25. Then Roman Reigns. Then Kevin Owens, Aleister Black. Why Aleister Black? I forgot he even existed. Samoa Joe, and then Seth Rollins number 30.
The Monday Night Messiah.
Who, honestly speaking, did work, even though he had his whole crew.
Yeah, came out with his boys.
Kicking ass, which was pretty cool and everything. So it ended up being the final four. Ended up being Roman Reigns, Edge, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre. It was pretty cool. They was teasing Edge and Randy Orton was teasing, trying to beat people up, trying to do that
Rated
RKO shit. And of course, Randy Orton couldn't be trusted, but Edge was like, "Nah, fuck out of here." So he threw him out the ring. It was cool seeing Edge spear the shit out of Roman Reigns. Though. That was pretty funny. He said, "You know what it is?" I think some of the younger fans would probably be like, "No, Edge stole that from Roman Reigns. Edge stole that from Roman Reigns."
Okay. Any child who says that dumb shit, man.
I was like,
what?
At least Deontay is not stupid enough to say some stupid like that. Like
Edge and Goldberg, hello?
Whatever. That shit is crazy. So then after that, the last two was
Roman
and Drew, which a lot of people thought Roman Reigns was gonna win this match.
Yeah, including me. But I knew the minute Drew eliminated Brock, I knew Drew was gonna win it.
And it kind of is the same way as the women's match. It was like Roman Reigns doesn't need
it. That was the conclusion I came up to. I said Drew does. So
yeah, Roman Reigns doesn't need to win this match to get his title.
He's going to fight Bray Wyatt. That's going to happen.
But Drew McIntyre, they needed him to push him strong. Say, all right, he's back. We need to make him strong. And
he's been getting pops too. Like before he even fought Roman Reigns in the fight. The minute he came out, he got a pop. He got a pop when he took out Brock Lesnar. Drew was over.
They should have gave him the title a long time ago.
They should been
long time
like
ago.
Know how they rushed Lacey Evans? They should have did that for Drew when he came in. He just came over having a killer run in NXT, so he should have came in like they were Finn Balor. Yeah. They should have gave him the title shot right away. The minute he came out of NXT.
I think the
better now than never. I guess
they were worried that Roman Reigns wasn't gonna be well received him winning the Royal Rumble. Which honestly,
they were kind of correct because he was getting booed.
Yeah.
Actually, against Sunday.
It wouldn't have mattered because he's gonna get booed at WrestleMania when he wins the title against Bray Wyatt.
Back to normalcy. I'm so happy he's getting booed again. Now it's back to the way it was.
Yeah, of course, hell yeah. Shit, man.
That was weird. Him getting cheered was weird. I haven't heard that like ever.
But other than that was a very, very good Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble was what did the show. Yeah. Every other match wasn't. But then again, that's almost every Royal Rumble pay-per-view anyway. Usually the Royal Rumble is the reason why I watch anyway, so who cares about the matches? The only times I could think of was like 2015 when the Triple Threat match with Seth, Cena, and Brock. That showed the show, obviously, because the worst Royal Rumble happened with Roman winning. I think Finn and Brock last year was really good too. I don't know if it took over the Royal Rumble though, but it was really good. So there's times when matches take over, but this wasn't one of them. I said the Royal Rumbles kicked ass this year.
They needed,
especially the men's.
And this was the first Royal Rumble they'd had where the previous night for Takeover show didn't steal the show because they didn't have Takeover last night on Saturday. They had Worlds Collide though, which that was a great show.
Imperium beat the
we'll talk about,
era.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
another
time. But I know why they're doing that though because they're trying to split it up. It's over though. But other than that, that's the Royal Rumble recap. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me
Drew and Brock.
That's it.
Roman and Bray. I'm very sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The women, I don't know. I'm very sure Charlotte is gonna wind up probably beating Becky. That's my guess.
It doesn't make no sense.
It doesn't, but that's why
I personally think
the SmackDown. It depending on Sasha's health, they might finally put Sasha and Bayley, but we'll see.
But I think that Charlotte will fight Rhea Ripley for the title. Just because
I'll be right because that'll be better.
A better match.
That's why I don't think it's gonna happen.
But
Vince McMahon thinking of that ingenious thing. Sure, you're giving that man too much credit. Really hard.
Well, besides that, I think we're done here.
Yeah, we are. We're done.
Like, share, and subscribe. We're on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Radio, iHeartradio, Stitcher Radio. We're on Twitter at Podcast Dynasty. And most importantly, we love you guys. Take care of yourselves and peace, love, and applesauce.
Yeah, we love you, Kobe. We miss you, man. Rest in peace. We love you guys too. Peace out.